the NBA draft lottery for the 2024 draft is on Sunday. Which way will the ping pong balls bounce maybe in your franchise's fortune if you are in that NBA draft lottery for 2024? Donnie, where were you when you learned the NBA draft lottery is on Sunday afternoon for this upcoming draft in June?
9:54 a.m. Eastern right here on Friday, May the 10th is when I just learned about that here. So get ready for an unbelievable segment of talking about the NBA draft. Let's get after it.
Now, listen, to your credit,
Sunday?
it was about Sunday. Yeah.
Now, hold on. All right, let me just get through this, though. Is it prime time on Sunday? Is that what we're talking about?
Joe? Friezo? 3 p.m.
3
No,
p.m.?
not prime time. Before the Knicks-Pacers game on Sunday. The schedule for Sunday in the NBA, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. Game 4's tip in Indiana between the Pacers and the Knicks. 8 p.m. Eastern, Game 4 in Minneapolis between the Timberwolves and the Nuggets. So it will be before the start of that doubleheader on Sunday, because I was asked by our producer, Joe Friezo, yesterday afternoon, that was May 9th, around maybe 1:30 p.m. Eastern time when the NBA draft lottery was. And I was like, it's always some time before a playoff game, like a Tuesday or Wednesday night. He was like, incorrect. Sunday this year, Sunday, May 12th. So you spend Mother's Day with your mom, and then you hope the ping pong ball goes your way if your team is drafting in the lottery.
And by the way, me being a Sixers fan, this was usually our favorite day of the year, because in the process, this was the chances where we would actually get a chance to be like, hey, we won something as a Sixers fan, which turned into Ben Simmons and Jahlil Okafers of the world. So we don't like to go back to those unkind stories at this point. But some of these franchises will look forward to winning the ping pong lottery. And then you see who's actually going to be in that lottery and go like, ooh, can we push this back maybe a year or two if we win this and put it on layaway at this point?
Yeah, listen, interesting point there. So as we look at the lottery and as we look at the NBA draft, I can't remember the exact percentages. Is it 13.5% for the top 3 teams that have the most likely chance, or probably higher than 13.5%? That wouldn't make a ton of sense. Maybe it does.
Go with it.
Yeah, we'll roll with it. Call it 13.5%. So you have the 3 teams that finish with the 3 worst records, but unlike, what was it, 13? 14% for those top 3 teams. You can tell we're ready for the NBA draft lottery here on the early line. So the 3 teams that finish with the 3 worst records in the NBA have a 14% chance of getting that number 1 overall selection. Those 3 teams, the Pistons, wait, what? Why are there 4 teams then that have a 6-1 number on the FanDuel Sportsbook? Am I going crazy?
Get lucky. Might get lucky. You never know.
Hold on a second. Now we got to really dive in with some notes here. DRS, take it and filibuster for a moment as I try to find why there are 4 teams with the same 6-1 price when there should just be 3 teams with a 14% chance. Go.
Now some dude named Alexandre Saar is supposed to be the number 1 overall pick. Good luck with that for your franchise at this point. Number 2, can we stop with the Nikolas coming in from overseas? Nikola Topic out of Serbia? And how do you even pronounce that at this point? Is it a soft T? Like Jokic with the J is a soft? Opic? Like, you know what I mean? Is it that's what I need to know here. Right. Too many players in this, draft coming up that I'm not sure of. So I don't know what the rating's going to be for this draft. I don't think it's a great year all the way. So there you go.
All right, so we'll get to that in just a moment. We have the clarification. There are 4 teams, including the Blazers there at a 6-1 number, that have between a 13.2 and 14% chance. Portland, 13.2 for the number 1 overall pick, 13.3 for Charlotte, 14 apiece for both the Pistons and the Wizards. That's interesting. So you're slightly getting a better number on the Pistons and the Wizards at a 6-1 price if you do want to bet it. To Donnie's point, though, unlike last year, when it was the battle for Victor Wembanyama, that's why the draft lottery was so important. Could you earn the number 1 overall pick? Because if you did, it was the Wemby sweepstakes. This year's different. Yes, Alexandre Saar is his countryman out of France, but many NBA draft scouts, many general managers and front office execs around the association deem this 2024 class one of the worst we have seen in nearly 2 decades. Alexandre Saar plays his international basketball at the moment in the NBL. That's the Australian Professional League. He plays for Team Perth.